Hi, and once again, my name is Matt Medcalf, and tonight I'd like to share with you a process and go over some key steps that you can take to improve your fuel economy and get better gas mileage in your vehicle. Three things I'd like to go over tonight that can affect your fuel economy and gas mileage are your engine, your driving, and other techniques that you may not be aware of. First point to share with you is the engine. And for illustration purposes, I have a Ford Focus as my model for tonight. Several things under the hood on your engine that can affect your fuel economy and gas mileage are your oil, your spark plug wires, your spark plugs, and your air filter. First thing, your oil. Now that's a key part of your engine. If you didn't have any oil in your engine, you wouldn't have an engine anymore. But on every oil cap, there's an SAE rating on the cap. Now what SAE stands for is the Society of Automobile Engineers. What that is an organization that gets together when they develop engines and they decide what is the best type of oil used for that vehicle for its function and to improve better gas mileage. The Ford Focus, for all you those who have it, it takes 5W20. The next step on improving gas mileage are spark plug wires and spark plugs. Now modern engines today, manufacturers suggest they run anywhere between 50 and 100,000 miles before you change them. Now every vehicle is different, but for a Ford Focus, it's every 50,000 miles is what they recommend from the manufacturer. The final last step under the hood that you can do to improve your gas mileage, get better fuel economy, is your air filter. A dirty air filter prevents air from flowing into your engine, and therefore your engine has to work harder and struggles more, to have better performance. So always make sure your air filter is clean. So everything that I just told you right now falls under the category of the engine, and whenever you go to the dealership or wherever you go to get your car worked on, they'll ask you about it if you want a tune-up, and you'll ask them, am I ready for a tune-up or not? And you'll have them do it if need be. All right. The next thing that you can do to improve fuel economy and gas mileage are your driving habits. Some things in the car are your cruise control, using overdrive, and driving sensibly. Now your cruise control, not all cars have it nowadays, but most cars do. Your cruise control allows you to keep your speed at the same rate the entire time, prevents you from going faster or slower, and by doing so, you have a constant speed and your gas won't fluctuate as bad. The next thing is using overdrive. Now nearly all cars nowadays have overdrive. An overdrive is just a speed in your transmission used on everyday road driving. As you see in your car, you'll have the D with a circle around it. You might have a D for drive, 3, 2, 1, neutral, and reverse. So those are speeds commonly in your vehicle. But using overdrive in your vehicle will help maintain good gas mileage while keeping your RPMs low. RPMs is revolutions per minute on your engine. Your engine sound, basically, is what you'll hear. Other key factors are your acceleration and hard braking, weather, cargo racks, towing, four-wheel drive, and electrical systems. Now acceleration, whenever you go to purchase a new vehicle, you see on the sticker that says city miles per gallon and highway miles per gallon. Now that's rated because when you're on the highway, you're pretty consistently keeping the same speed. You're not accelerating or decelerating at a fast or slow speed. So usually when you see a fuel economy on a new vehicle and it has a higher rating for the city, that's the reason why. It's because of the constant rate that it has. In city, it's lower because you're doing more stop and go. And like I mentioned earlier about the acceleration and the hard braking, that plays an important part as well. Now this car doesn't have cargo racks on it. I wish I could show you, but I'm sure everyone here knows what cargo racks are. They're just tracks on top of a vehicle that you can strap items to. Maybe put your Christmas tree on there, your mother-in-law if you don't like her, whatever you like to. Alright, another factor that affects your fuel economy and gas mileage is towing. Now this Ford Focus, I would not recommend towing anything with it. A, it's a Focus, and B, it's a Ford. Sorry, I had to say it. But towing plays an important factor because by towing anything, the weight is extra weight. The weight of the trailer that you're towing and the weight that is on the trailer affects it. The next thing is electrical. Now, when you're running your air conditioner in the summertime, the air conditioner can reduce your fuel economy by 5 to 25% depending on what speed you have it on. Some other things about the electrical system are your cell phones. If you have a power inverter powering up your laptop or a television, well, these are all things that your engine has to power. It has to work harder. And by taking these things out, by minimizing cell phone, televisions, any other electronics you might have plugged in, by taking these out, it can help your fuel economy. Now the Ford Focus doesn't have four-wheel drive. I might like it if it did, but one other factor is four-wheel drive. This is on some SUVs and trucks. Now when the government rates a vehicle on fuel economy, and it has a city and highway rating, a four-wheel drive vehicle is tested only in two-wheel drive. So just be aware and remember that if you put a vehicle in four-wheel drive, there's extra work that your engine has to do. Transfer cases, gearboxes, and so on and so forth. So by leaving your vehicle in two-wheel drive all the time and only using four-wheel drive when necessary will help improve fuel economy. Now another thing I'd like to show you are your tires. I have in my hand right here a tire gauge, and it has numbers on here which you can't see, but it has a PSI which stands for pounds per square inch, and then a number. Now every tire, doesn't matter where you buy it, what brand, what vehicle, will have a rating on there. It has a load rating and other factors on there. But one thing that you want to look at on your tire is how many PSI that tire is recommended to hold. And you can buy a tire gauge anywhere, AutoZone, Walmart, buy one from a neighbor, and you can use it. You'll unscrew your cap, press this on there, and then this gauge will go down, it'll move, it'll fluctuate, and show you what the current rating of your tire is right now. And you can make adjustments accordingly, whether you need to go up, maybe you need to let some air out of your tire. Alright, well that sums it up for this evening. I hope you learned a thing or two. That's the process on how you can increase your fuel economy and get better gas mileage in your vehicle. Thank you.